All right, fellas and ladies, let's talk. Valentine's Day is coming, and let's be real. Are we celebrating love, or are we just trying to keep up? Hey, if you ever felt pressured, you're not alone. Today's season out, we're going to break down the truth about it all. So stay tuned.
Hey, Mr. Friends, welcome back to the Blissology Podcast.
Where we keep it real, we keep it raw, and it's all about love. It's about relationship. It's about growing together.
That's right. I am your girl, your host, the one and only, Cece. As always, I am joined with my awesome co-host, husband. What's going on?
I'm good, and I am Will. I am your co-host, your husband, your partner in all things love.
Hey, okay, baby.
And also life.
And also life. Okay.
Yes. Hey, thank you for joining us today. If this is your first time tuning into our podcast, this is a weekly podcast where we bring you inspiring, we bring you relatable and relevant content every Saturday about love, about life, about family, about relationship, and like to say, anything that's happening around the world.
That is correct. Listen, it is February already, you guys. I just cannot believe. I feel like just yesterday we started the year, and now today is the 1st of February. Like, where, baby?
I don't know.
Are we moving fast, or is things just moving too fast?
Well, let me tell you this. We've filmed 4 episodes of podcast already. We've done a bunch of stuff. So listen, when you're busy, times move. But yes, today's the 1st of February already. So if you had not done anything on the New Year's resolution, you need to check yourself.
Listen, check yourself.
Absolutely. So before we get into the topic of the day, as always, we want to jump into our blissful moment, which is either something that we did or something that happened to us during the week.
Well, listen, here's the thing. My kids are not as baby anymore, although they are baby to me.
You treat them like babies.
I do, because time flies. You gotta still hold on to what you can, you know? And I'm pretty sure a lot of you ladies, mothers out there can relate to what I'm saying. My daughter, she's still making messes at her age. You know, she's 10 years old and she's still making a lot of those baby messes around the place. I mean, I'm grateful that I'm still able to go around and clean up for her, but I feel like she gets her dolls, okay? She loves playing with her dolls. She is a doll girl. Like, she loves playing with her dolls, the dollhouse. She's that girly girl. And daddy came home, and next thing you know, the bathroom was a mess. It was a mess. And I'm like, babe, listen, you cannot blame her. She's still a kid, okay? Although she is, you know, she's at the age where she should be able to understand. But at the same time, I still treat her as a baby because she's my baby, and I can't let go. I can't let go. I can't let go, baby.
I got in the bathroom, the sink is clogged, and I'm like, okay, who's playing in
it's
here?
There's things all.
Listen, we're not complaining about the kids. In fact, it's a blessing to have them in the house, and they keep me going. Sometimes I wonder, if we didn't have kids, how boring things would be. I'm sure we'd find something to do, but there's always something. There's always something. So yes, she is how she is. She loves the dolls. I don't know if 10 years old is still a proper age for doll playing.
I played with dolls when I was 12, 13.
Hey, listen, you gotta forgive me. I never owned a doll, and I never intended to own one. I just don't know what the appropriate age is.
Even when I was 15, I was playing with dolls.
Okay, then I guess
but
it's normal.
It's just the mess that she makes that I wouldn't think, like, you know.
The other day, I got into our bathroom. I'm like, why is there water on the floor? I'm like, okay, we don't have a leak, and there's no way that much water should be on the floor. And I'm like, hey, who was in the shower? And then she came out and says, me. I'm like, okay, what is this? She gave me some lame excuse, but I think she just took the water and she wants to see how much of it she could. I don't know. She just does unusual stuff. But then again, it's their house, and this is their safe place. This is where they can be themselves.
Yes.
But I made her clean it up, though.
Yes, this is their house. This is their safe place. At the same time, I still want them to behave.
But they need to be responsible. So
and
if you're making a mess.
Responsible, yes. But I still want to be that mom that goes after them and clean up. I still want to be able to say, you know what?
I am not that dad.
You are not that dad.
There used to be an age where I know that they're not capable of it. I used to.
And
but now,
it.
if they make the mess, I'm going to send them to go clean your mess. Listen, I got to teach them responsibility.
And here's the thing, you guys. The funny thing about our girls is that, yes, I do let them clean dishes. I do let them wash cups, their plates and stuff.
They need to.
But when there's more dishes in the sink, their dad is like, okay, you girls gotta come and wash the dishes. And they look at me like, Mommy, do we have to?
Yes, they have to.
I'm like, babe, it's okay. I'll wash them. I am that mom that's gonna say, it's okay. I will take care of them. I will sweep the floor. My girls, they're princesses. They don't have to sweep the floor. They don't have to clean dishes because they don't have to.
Well, here's how I looked at it.
When I was a kid, so therefore
eventually,
it's straightforward.
They will have their own home, and they need to get trained early on. I believe so heartedly in responsibilities, and that start at a very young age. Right now is the ideal age to teach them. You do this, you're gonna have to deal with whatever consequence that comes with it.
But mommy got them.
No, mommy gonna stop getting them.
Oh, never, because my mom never did.
Well,
yes.
You're not your mom and I'm not your dad, so we'll see. But anyway, hey, listen, we it's a blessing to have the children, and we have fun. But
we do.
As we have fun, my goal is you need to do stuff.
I don't know. I am that mom that's always going to be around for my girls. That's always going to be like,
no,
you know what,
cannot
baby?
say
it's
that.
okay.
No, do not say that.
It's
You will always be around for the girls.
If you can't do it now, it's okay. Mommy will take care of it for you. I am going to be that mom. Whether if they're like in their teenage years, their 20s or 30s, whatever age, I am that mom because I got the same love for my mom. Anyways, you guys, that's how I was feeling. I was like, listen, you come around. You come around.
I'm not coming. When it comes to
You'll
this,
come around, baby.
I am not coming around. See, where I came from, responsibility is important.
I think they're all responsible. It's just sometimes.
I'm not saying they're not. It's just that there's little things they do and I want them to do them. I don't want you butting in and saying you're going to do them.
Here's the thing before we move on to the topic. As mothers, we tend to nurture the kids, the babies, because we still have this thing. We still have this soft spot for them. Like, they're our babies. We carry them. So we want to still nurture them, however ages they are. Because even if they can and capable of doing the things they can, the stuff that they should be doing. But we feel like we want to do it for them. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, you've said enough. Anyway, so let's get into the topic of the day, which is Valentine's Day. Today we're talking about Valentine's Day. Yes, some people love it. Some people think it's a scam. Well, I think it is because I think it's a way the retailers try to sell everything they can sell to you. And some just don't care about it all. But let's be real. Is Valentine's Day actually about love?
Of course.
Or is it just a big show?
Or it can be both. It can be both.
Listen, I know some people go all out. They get roses. They go dine at 5-star restaurants. They write love notes. Some others are like
for me.
Yeah, you've written me love notes?
No, for me, it's more like, babe, I love you every day. What I need, I don't need a holiday for me to feel like I need flowers and a bunch of roses.
I know you don't, but if I ever wake up and says, babe, that's all, I just need you every day and I don't do anything, I think you'll look at me, is this guy losing his mind? Listen, Valentine's Day comes with some expectations. Whether we believe it's a scam or we think it's just a way for retailers to sell their merchandise, it does come with expectations, so that's exactly why we're diving into it today, because Valentine's Day come with all of those expectations that I mentioned earlier.
Yes.
Yes. Like I cannot wake up on Valentine's Day and just say, babe, I love you and happy Valentine's Day. No, I got to at least have a card that says I went out of my way to get you something. Those are the expectations. We gotta show up a certain way. But let's be real. Is Valentine's Day being overrated?
Listen, yes and no at the same time. If you ask me that question, but I think it's beautiful. It is beautiful, right?
Listen, it is. I mean, roses are nice. When you go to the store, they have I know that many of the local retail stores, they start putting all those boxes of chocolates with different design and so forth. But yes, it is, I think, like you said earlier, it can be yes, it is overrated and no. But I say if you only show love one day out of the year, you're doing it wrong.
Yes.
But I also think that it's nice to have a day where couple can focus on each other.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah, so
I agree.
So in this, I say it's yes, because there are many couples that really take that day to really make the other person feel special. Not that the rest of the is not, but that day, because dedicated for that, they go the extra mile.
They do, to make them feel extra special.
Yes.
Because throughout the year, of course, I'm special to you, but on that day, I want to feel that extra special.
I know. So instead of 2 kisses, you're gonna get 4.
Yes. Yes. What he just said. Yes.
4 kisses, and baby, I love you.
That's fine.
Well, you get a bonus one.
Okay, I'll take it.
Yeah.
With a bouquet of roses and some chocolate and dinner, breakfast in bed. We're gonna go all out.
Well, yes. I mean, I've always done stuff. In fact, because our wedding anniversary falls the day before Valentine's Day, I've always taken some time off. I don't normally work on projects when I take the Valentine's Day, so I'm usually there doing things.
Yeah.
So this year, I don't know what I'm going to do yet, but I got the vacation request in, approved already. So I'll just have to figure out how I'm going to make this year special.
Yeah, and I think it is special. Valentine's Day is special. Yes, but I feel like some people are out here competing, right? Mm-hmm. Like seeing what other people did for their spouses, and of course, and then they kind of feel some type of way because their partner, instead of taking them out, they just doing Netflix and take out, like some Chinese and take out or whatever, with just Netflix. And look at me wrong, sometimes it can be good to chill and have a good time, but at the same time, you just can't help it to, especially if you're scrolling, or society, or your friend,
see what people are doing,
or your next door, or your girl, one of your best friends is like, girl, did you see what he got me? XYZ. Of course you're gonna feel some type of way, because you're like, my man is here, just got us some grill, with some Netflix.
I'm not denying the fact that people feel a certain way. I know it's a fact. Society does make us feel like sometimes our relationship isn't enough.
Yes.
And it's just because somebody else, maybe they've gone into some luxury vacations, or maybe they've gone to some fancy restaurant. Maybe someone's got 1,000 roses. Can anyone even get 1,000 roses?
Of course.
Where do you put that?
Where do you put that?
Yes. What, do you have a whole table of roses? Jeez, but someone gets 1,000 roses and you're like, all I got was some fried pork, right? And this is where I feel like we need to step back and ask, what actually matters in your relationship? Are you doing things just to impress other people, or are you celebrating love in a way that's real for you and your partner?
Yes, I agree. And I think sometimes, it's the pressure from society, right? Because pressure to do things, the pressure you got to do something. When you think about it, it's good to have the pressure.
I don't know.
It's good to have the pressure because you want to make sure that you do something.
Well, just because I think Valentine's Day is a way for the retailers to sell stuff, I'm not going to let the day go by without doing something for CC. I must do something. And I think it's necessary for us to think of our partner, especially on that day, that, hey, listen, I have an obligation. An obligation to my partner. Now, it doesn't have to be based on what other people do.
Yes.
Do something that you can afford, something that you and your partner can enjoy. Now, if it's picking up some fried pork in a cheap bouquet of flower and a card, and you can spend the time together watching maybe some oldies from Netflix, and you enjoy it, and you know your partner would enjoy it. But if you know your partner will hate it, then don't do that.
Right.
Right. But if that's what you can afford, you can still make it something special.
Yes.
Right?
Like I said before, it can be pressure. It can be a lot if we're being honest with each other, right? It is a lot. It is a lot, especially, right after Christmas. You see all these great decorations and all these great things about Valentine's Day with the teddy bears, and then it just gets you in the mood. Well, it is stressful.
Fellas, this is what you could do to help yourself.
Stressful.
Stop your ladies from going to the store so they don't see all that stuff, all that decoration. Disconnect the cable so they don't see it on TV, and cut off the internet on the phone.
I don't know about that.
Don't do that. I'm just kidding. There are pressures, and we got to do the best, especially us fellas. We got to do the best we can to do what we can for our women. But let's break it down. For couples like myself who may want to keep the love alive without losing their mind over it.
Yeah.
And I want to share some low key, meaningful ways that you can celebrate. Because Cece and I don't always go crazy on this Valentine's Day. Yes, I've been very conservative. As you guys know, I'm not the type to just go and blow money on every craziness they tell me I should buy. We have done a few things to keep it romantic, and still enjoy ourselves during that time. So definitely want to show some low key ways to celebrate with you fellas. So if you don't have a big budget, don't panic. You can set the mood at home. Like I know Cece loves lobster. There's been a couple of years I went out, grabbed some lobster. There's one year that I got a bad one from the local store. It must have been frozen for months. It didn't quite work out, but Cece appreciated the effort that I put through, right? So set the mood at home. If you don't know how to cook, learn how to cook certain stuff. Find out what your partner loves. Cook them a meal. Do the best you could and make sure they can see you do it. Because sometimes you get extra points for effort. Get some candles. Women love candles. Don't burn the house though. So get those that's in those containers that they can keep burning until they run out. So get some candles, get a few of them, line them around. And if you have a nice little table, just put it on and get them around the food and so forth. Make it a nice presentation. And boom, instant romance. I'm speaking from experience.
You are.
Yes, so that's probably what I'm going to do this year. But you can't keep doing that every year.
You can't keep repeating the same thing over and over again. I mean, I'm just saying.
but you can do something at home and still enjoy it.
Yes, I agree. You can still do something at home and still enjoy it. I agree.
Yeah.
And listen, ladies, and let's not act like it's just, Valentine's Day is just for the guys to put in the work. Okay. Although, yes, they do a lot of work. You got to find ways to surprise your man.
Yes.
You got to find ways to surprise him. Although for me, when it comes here Valentine's Day, my husband tends to want to do it all.
Well,
I let him do it all. Okay.
I take pride in doing things. As you know, guys, I like projects. I like to do things. And it's not always I get to do things for CC, but when I get those moments, I take it, you know what? Let me try to see what I can do this year. And in the midst of it, I've learned how to cook a number of different type of meals. And Cece like different things. So I know this year she's expecting me to do something different. Probably not in the house. I think the last couple of years we did something at home. But I have to figure it out. And I do take pride in looking for ways on these holidays. I just have to do it more often throughout the year.
Yes, I agree. However, I want to go back to, for the ladies, if you feel like you want to do something nice for your man, it's nice to put something together, right? Or something that that he loves. It's nice to do something nice where he would appreciate it. Although we do the cooking all the time, I think, when it comes to Valentine's Day, for us ladies, we would want to just sit back and relax.
Yeah.
And I truly feel like that's why a lot of, spouses does. They rather have the wife just chill back and relax and not have to do a lot of the
back
work.
And forth, all the work.
And I do understand that, love is a two-way street. However, we've been doing a lot of work throughout the year. So when it comes to Valentine's Day or birthday, I think it's nice for us to just
chill.
Go to the store, get our hair done, get our nails done, just for us to feel extra special. And I truly feel like, when we feel extra special on that love day, it's
better things happen.
Here we go. There you go. There you have it.
And you're right. And you're right. I think, honestly speaking, some of the best Valentine's Days we've had is where we just focus on being with each other and not focusing so much on putting in a show. Especially when it comes to social media, we don't share anything we do on Valentine's Day on social media.
We don't.
We just keep it to ourselves because what we do should be just with us.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
because you don't know who's looking, who's like, oh, yes, especially for us, our anniversary is the day before Valentine's Day. So therefore, we truly take that time, that week to ourselves, where we just relax and enjoy each other's company. Of course, the girls are together with us too. But on that day, the 13th or the 14th, we usually do something special, extra special, where we do something, or either if it's like an anniversary, we stay home, we have a nice meal, and on Valentine's Day, we just go out to dinner. But I would prefer to stay home on Valentine's Day and then go out for my anniversary. The reason being is because
everybody's out on Valentine's Day.
Yeah,
Gets
things
crowded.
just be crazy out there. That's why I feel like it is overrated. Okay, here's the thing. I feel like when it comes to Valentine's Day, it's not everyone's cup of tea. Not everyone is Buddha for Valentine's Day. And if we want to keep it real, it is a lonely holiday for some people.
So, yes, Valentine's Day isn't just for couple. It's about love in all of its forms. So if you're single, celebrate yourself. Mm-hmm. Go out with a friend. Have a self-care night or self-care day, or treat yourself to something nice. Do something with you and for you.
Yes, I agree.
Buy yourself your own flowers.
Yes, treat yourself. There's a meme out there that says treat yourself. It is so true. Yes, at the same time, we don't have to treat ourselves only on Valentine's Day. But on that day, if you are one of those, if you are a single girl, single woman, or whatever, or single guy.
Oh, that guys wouldn't mind. Listen, Valentine's Day before I had a woman, it was like, man, look at this fool buying all that flowers.
Money in your pocket, okay? Money in your pocket.
I'm not worried about the man. Guys, listen, fellas, we got it good.
You don't think the guys would want to be with someone on Valentine's Day, babe?
For me,
you don't think they would want to spend money to buy flowers and buy chocolates and
buy something
gifts?
for your mother?
Well, yeah, my brother does that every year.
Or your aunt, or any woman who's in your life. If you feel like you got to buy something, but there's no reason to be lonely. I know I've never gotten lonely on Valentine's Day, even before I had a woman in my life. That's just me.
Mm-hmm. So you didn't care for
No,
Valentine's.
I'm one of those that Valentine's Day is here. I don't have someone that I have to get something for. That day is just any day like it. Now, because I have ladies in my life, yes, I have to celebrate it. But before I did, no.
Yeah.
No, I would be saying, oh yeah, you doing this? That's good for you.
You are a mess. You're a mess. You're a mess.
I believe I think there's a lot of good things that we can associate with this holiday. Mm-hmm. But a lot of the things, I think people celebrate it. They just go out and get stuff, but there's no real meaning behind it. It's just that I have to get some stuff because I have to.
Yeah.
Or I have to find someone just so I can feel like I'm doing something. Or I have to do it just so I could show off that I've done this. So
listen, if you're going to do that just to show off, then you might as well don't do it.
Yeah,
that's just me.
But unfortunately, some people celebrate this holiday and they do that. Mm-hmm. And even within a household where the people are married or they have a long-term relationship, sometimes there's no real love between them. But during that day, sometimes they feel obligated because it's expected, it's customary to do so. They'll go all out, but the next day they back to fighting or
back to
detesting or hating each other.
Yeah.
So what's the point of celebrating love?
Yeah.
Right?
You're absolutely right. Absolutely right. And one thing I want to mention too, don't fall for the single ladies, okay? My single friends out there. Mm-hmm. Don't fall into the trap of thinking you need a relationship to be complete. You don't. Your love life doesn't define your worth. Period.
Certain things, as a lady, there's certain things you cannot get unless you have a man in your life.
That's not true.
So you're right. You don't need a man to feel special. Mm-mm. Yes, I agree, and I agree. So, but before we wrap up, I think it's important to talk about what couples really want for Valentine's Day. Mm-hmm. Because I think a lot of people assume that it's about big gifts, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that.
Yes, I truly think it's deeper.
Some people want gifts.
Yes.
But I think most people just want to be felt appreciated.
I want to feel appreciated.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of couples struggle with feeling seen and heard and valued in their relationship.
Yeah. I think you're absolutely right.
Yes. I truly feel that it's not about the fancy stuff, although it's nice. Don't get me wrong.
Bracelets and all that stuff.
Don't get me wrong. It is nice. Yeah. However, if I know that I have I feel valued, I feel appreciated, I'm good, right? It's about feeling loved. It's about feeling supported. Because you have to have all these things and cared for. Because like you mentioned earlier, people will go through, they'll have like their stuff on Valentine's Day. The next thing you know, the next day, everybody just like, you know, don't care about each other. Or they don't appreciate the thing that you did for them.
Yeah.
And I think that's the problem. Where the day comes, everyone is happy, everyone is lovey-dovey, you got all of the flowers, and baby, I'm so sorry for what I did. I apologize. We good, and now I'm happy. I got Tiffany bracelets. I have, you know, a nice Chanel
show my
bag.
friends what I got.
I got a nice Chanel bag, and I got myself a nice red bottom. I got this and that and third. And then the 15th or 17th comes, we have an argument. And now you can't stand me and I can't stand you. We can't stand each other. I mean, what just happened? Right?
Life
happens every day. So is love. Right? So
yes.
I understand there's going to be argument. We're going to argue. Right? We're going to argue. However, I truly feel like when you love someone, you have to make sure that you show that person that I see you, I care for you, I appreciate you every day, not just on Valentine's. And I think that's why some men don't get it. Not everyone gets it, to be honest with you.
Not everyone's supposed to get it, but let me say this. If you're listening right now, ask yourself, what does my partner really need from me? And I've asked that myself. What does Sissy really need? You know, is it words of affirmation? Is it encouragement? Is it quality time? Is it acts of service? You know, it's good to understand your partner's love language. Like Sissy loves affection, touchy feely is her thing. So I got to make sure that I do that stuff so she can feel great that day. So although I'm always a touchy feely guy to her, but on that day I'm extra touchy feely to her.
I'm a words of affirmation kind of girl too.
Yes, she likes to hear positive stuff, but she likes when I rub on her
and act of
she
service.
She likes when I tap her and everything. So I do these things.
Baby, you know that we took that quiz a few years ago. I don't know if you remember. I'm literally affirmation, act of service, and quality time. Quality time is my top.
Yes. So understanding your love language that saved me many times, like what's important to her and how I can get to her on her good side. So as a man, find that, because that's the best way to cheat on Valentine's Day, is to understand your woman and go and do exactly what you know they'll want.
Right. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
And listen, if right now you can get your little notepad and start jotting down, okay, so-and-so likes this. Oh, you can randomly ask things and see what they say. Don't wait until the day of. You're going to miss it. But you can start before. Like right now is a good time to start. You have 2 weeks. Start finding out what they like. They'll give you clues.
Yes.
I know Sissy's already signaling. I know there's one place I got to take her either the day before or on that day, because she's been signaling it all year.
For the last 5 years?
No. Because you've been there last year. But she's been signaling. I know that I must take her on to that place and do that thing on that day. So that's one of the things that I have on my list. So start looking for these things. You know? And you'll find that it'll make it a lot easier for you, not just on that day. It be the day before, the day after, the week before, the week after. Do things, because I think we can celebrate love every day.
Absolutely.
Not just wait until the day of.
Right.
So let me leave you guys with this. Love is not just about one day. It's about how you show up for your partner, how you communicate, and how you make them feel every single day.
Right.
Not just on when the calendar says today is
February
14th and it's the time to buy a flower and all the companies are advertising get this and get that. No, not just on that day. You should look for ways to do that for your partner every day.
Or on a just because day.
Or like Sister says, on a just because day.
Just because it's one.
Whether you're celebrating Valentine's Day with your person, hanging out with your friends, or just loving yourself, do it in a way that feels real for you.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get caught up in the hype. It's not worth it. Focus on what actually matters in your relationship.
That's right.
And remember, love isn't about showing big gestures. You can love your partner just by getting them a nice card with some nice words on it, or just by getting them some fried pork and you stay at home and watch Netflix. If you do it the right way, they will feel special.
What's with the fight for?
I just had to throw that in there. But you know, it's not about the big gestures. It's about how consistent you are at showing that person that you care and you value them and you see them.
You see them.
You know, as Sissy mentioned earlier, many people struggle in their relationship with the fact that the partner don't see them.
Right.
And I'm not saying just open your eyes and see them, but see who they are, see how they feel, and connect with them at a level that shows that I'm there and I understand what's happening with you. So
this is what happened when you have overly communicate with your husband. He gets things. Okay.
No, I have a cheat sheet, but I get things. I do get things, but it's important because the more consistent you are at showing your partner, you know how they feel and you there for them.
Right.
Good or bad, you there.
Yes.
You know, late nights, early morning, long days, short days, hot days, cold days, you there for them. You don't need Valentine's Days to do that.
Right.
And I bet you, if you do that throughout the year, when Valentine's Day come in, you won't have to go crazy trying to show, because you would have shown to your partner that I got you.
That is so true.
So on this Valentine's Days, fellas, do what you need to do to make your babe feels like you're there for them.
That's right, babe.
You know, and if you enjoyed this conversation we've just had, make sure to subscribe and leave us a review and leave us some comments and share this episode. I think a lot of people need to hear this. Until next Saturday with another real, another raw, and another relatable conversation right here on Blissology Podcast. Peace.